Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm getting the Ranger ready for Anglers Choice's first event for their Virginia division of their tournament series. They've got two divisions. They have a North Carolina and Virginia division, and they run 6 different events on each side throughout the year. And both of those have a classic at the end of the year. So you can qualify by fishing 4 of the events in a single division, or if you fish 6 total, you qualify for both classics at the end of the year. So that's my goal. I'm going to be fishing 6 events to hopefully fish both classics in October. If you guys have any questions or you want to just check the schedule out, I'm going to leave those linked down in the description below. I'll also leave the schedule in which tournaments that I'm fishing, so if you want to come out and take some of my money, feel free to do so. Before I started getting the boat ready, I was looking around on the computer and had a couple clips that I remembered that I wanted to share with you guys, and both of them are pretty interesting. So they're both live scope fish. Both are pretty different in a sense, but it's something that I think we can definitely take some value from. And obviously moving forward with forward-facing sonar, we're going to be able to figure out new ways to catch fish and just a little bit more intricate techniques or styles of fishing or different little tricks that we can do to turn these fish that may just be following baits and convert them into fish that we'll eat. I'm going to play the video back and talk over what's going on and what's going through my head and things that I'm trying, and we'll touch on a couple different things. The first clip, it's not super special. It's not as interesting as the second fish catch, but it's still pretty cool, and I think there's some things that you might be able to take from it. So let's hop right into that one. So in this clip, I decided to go check out a random little electric-only lake, and the water temp was like in the 50s. It was kind of muddy, and I found a fish sitting really high up in the water column. So it was sitting in about 5 feet of water over 25 feet of water, and I picked up the glide and made a cast over to it, and I mean, it hit it so quick and so fast that I thought that it was a carp, that I'd just scanned a carp and I'd accidentally snagged him. But once I got that fish to the boat, I realized it was a bass. Boat flipped him real quick, and that was that.
Let's freaking go! What a tank! Look at that thing.
He smoked the fish everything, TS10, and he's got a shad tail down his throat. Greedy fish. Couple things I think you should take away from this fish. When you're out fishing in deep water, sometimes you might look at the graph or your forward-facing sonar and see little blips that are really high up. Sometimes it's easy just to write those off and think like, oh, it could just be like a group of leaves floating, or it could be interference or whatever. It is fish a decent amount of time. Like, it's surprising to find fish, especially of this size. That fish was like 6, 8 or something, just floating around out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there was nothing special about that spot. There was bait nearby, but not directly where that fish was. There was no cover. There was really nothing structure-wise. Like, it wasn't on a point. It wasn't on like a channel swing or even a channel edge. It was just like right in the middle of the channel, sitting in 5 feet of water over 25. Random. Like, I would call that a random fish. Now, I think after looking into it a little bit more and thinking about it more, there's a couple different reasons why that fish may be up there. One, it was a bright sunny day, had a little bit of wind rolling, and I think that, one, the fish could be up there obviously feeding. Like, I think they will pull up to find bait that are injured or, like, you know, looking for a school that they can easily pin against the surface, or just eat in general, like chase them around, chase them down, whatever. But another thing that might be a little bit different, and I don't know 100% if this is a thing or not, but I feel like when it's bright and sunny like that, and it's cold water, you know, you have 50-degree water or lower, that on those bright sunny days, you're going to have pockets of warm water. And I think that those do draw fish up into, and it's like they just find this one little area where it's a half a degree warmer or a full degree warmer, and it's more comfortable for them to sit. That's just a bit of an educated guess. Like, I don't really know why else a fish would be up there, but I've also found that when you're seeing bass up in the water column like that on forward-facing sonar, they're active. Like, they're the ones that will eat or at least chase your bait down. So I thought that one was kind of cool. It was also a big fish, a lot of fun to catch that, so I wanted to share that. Now, this is the very interesting catch to me. Just to start this one off so there's no confusion. This is the same fish that I'm casting at the entire time. So I made a cast with an A-rig. That's what I first started going for after this fish. You can see right here in the top left-hand corner, there's a fish right at about 30 feet. My A-rig is coming right over its head, and I tried to pop it real quick over it and get it to react, and it did. It started swimming after the A-rig, and I'm trying to get it to react to the bait, and it's swimming faster and like coming up and looking at it, but it's not eating it. You know, ripping the rod and seeing if I can get it to react to it, popping it, shaking it, doing whatever I can just to see if I can get this thing to eat, because it's just sitting there. It's sitting right behind the A-rig and just looking at it. Come on. That's when I realized I'm just gonna let it sit here. I'm just gonna let it drag. Make small little pops. Slowly see if I can get that fish to get under it and start following it more than just stare at it. And that's where, right here, you can kind of see, you can see my A-rig on the left, the fish is on the right. I'm popping it, and then I just let it sit. The boat's drifting with the wind, and we're getting blown downwind right here, and that's where I got the bait over the fish's head, and I'm just holding it still. Like, I'm really not moving it.
Oh my god, it broke me off. No.
Well, the A-rig didn't go in the fish's mouth because there's the fish. He's still chilling.
God, that is, how did I don't care.
That's ridiculous. That sucks. Finally got him to eat. So I knew the fish wasn't pinned, and I immediately picked up a spinning rod that had a little 3-3 swim bait on it and casted that out to it. Got the fish to follow again, but he didn't stay on it very well, so immediately put that rod down, picked up a small underspin, and basically did the same thing as I've been doing with the A-rig. Made a cast out to the fish, got its attention, brought it into the boat, and just let it sit there. Just wanted it slow. He just wants it slow.
Got him. Oh god, that was so awesome. This is a big one. Might be, oh wow. That was awesome. He's got a humpback. All right. Wow, that is very interesting. God, my hands are raw from yesterday. He's probably for something.
So at that point, it took about 20 seconds to get that fish to eat. Literally dead sticking it, holding the rod still, and letting that bait sit right above the fish's head. It was moving because the boat was being blown by the wind slowly, but I don't know. I want to know in the comment section below if you guys have experienced anything like this, any of these styles of eats. It's not the first time that it's happened to me. I've done it with glide baits. I've done it with other small swim baits. And I definitely think that there are ways that we can convert these fish that are following into eaters just like this. Like, instead of quickly recasting or like, you know, moving and trying to get a different shot at the fish, just fishing slower and like leaving the bait near the fish and seeing if you can get it to eat that way. It's definitely something different, something new for me. It's something I've been playing around with a little bit, and I think that, again, moving forward, we're going to be able to figure out new ways to catch fish like this. And I love it. I love fishing the forward-facing sonar. I love learning what these fish are doing to react to baits, what they're not doing to react to baits. And I thought it would be something cool to share with you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope to see you out at some of the English Choice tournaments. Don't forget to stock up at acmtackle.com. Everything that you could ever need is over at acmtackle.com. Whether it's rods, reels, baits, go stock up for this spring's tournament season. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one.